Hey, the big question, is my money safe in the bank? In the event of a global economic collapse, gold won't be completely useless, but food and water will be more valuable than anything else. Even prepper survivalists can't eat gold. But before we get into that, there's two things I need you to do. First, hit that subscribe button. You might actually like what we're doing here. Two, 57% of you are actually watching this on a phone, so do me a favor and turn your phone sideways so that you can see the neat little graphics that I'm going to show you. All right, let's get into it. In one of my last videos, we talked about the possibility of an economic collapse in the next 10 days. 8 days as of today. If you missed that video, I'll pop it right over there for you, and then you can take a look at it. So one of my subscribers, KR Firavante, asks, should we take our money out of the banks? First, I am not a financial advisor, but I do have half of my money out of banks. And there's two reasons why. In the event of a run on the banks, you'll basically be limited on the amount of money that you can take out. Smaller banks keep about $500,000 on hand. Larger banks will keep up to $200,000 on hand. In fact, they're only required to hold about 4% of what's known as the net demand and time liabilities. So basically, they're only required to be able to hand out 4% of what people actually have in the bank. Second, the interest rates suck. The national average for an interest rate is only 0.06%. This means for every $100 that you have in the bank, you earn 6 cents. If you don't know what your bank's interest rate is, I'll hold here for a few seconds while you take a look. Okay, enough of that. So, gold and silver. Is buying gold or silver a good idea? Yes, but keep in mind, gold and silver is only worth what people will pay for it. In the event of a global collapse, gold and silver won't be useless, but it won't be as valuable as food and water, that's for sure. What about your savings account? Well, unfortunately, you can probably kiss that goodbye. Now, what can you do to protect yourself today? The best way of preventing loss right now is to keep solid bank records. Yeah, you can go online and look at your bank records anytime you want to, but you might want to print a few of those out and keep those in a safe place. Another tactic is to not keep all of your money in one bank. Put it in several banks. That way you can go from ATM to ATM to ATM when there's a run on the banks and get as much money as possible out. Make sure to keep adequate records of all of these accounts. Store them in the place, someplace safe, like a safe, with all your other important documents. The next question is normally, how much cash should I have on hand? Most recommend that you have at least 3 months of living expenses locked away someplace safe other than in a bank. Some also recommend that you have anywhere from 6 to 12 months of living expenses in gold or silver, if that's possible. Don't forget, our grandparents kept their savings in mattresses and mason jars, and they did just fine. But seriously, get it safe. I always recommend that you invest in food preps. You can spend them when your money isn't worth the paper that it's printed on. Lastly, stop sticking your head in the sand. The FDIC insurance thing, it's all nice and well, but stop thinking the government is going to save you. Remember, it took the government months to get you your tax returns back this year. If the economy crashes, how long do you think it'll take to process all of those FDIC insurance claims? Now, if you got this far, please take a moment and turn your phone back upright and boop that like button. I hope that's the information you were looking for, KR Firavante. And until next time, stay safe and have a great day. Woo.